If you live in a resort location, you've surely had customers ask about condo living, even if you specialize in single-family homes. If you're new to real estate or new to selling condos, there are some things you must know before jumping in. I'm Cindi Rogers, a branch manager with Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate in Venice. Let's take 5 minutes to discuss the preliminary work you need to do before you show a condo property, especially if your customer will need financing. I find that if you go through the process in an organized way that first explores the person interested in the condo, the property, and then the condo association, you'll spend less time spinning your wheels showing condos to buyers who will have trouble getting financing. First, let's talk about your buyer. Is he an investor or looking for a permanent residence? In my market, the typical customer pays cash, is interested in a condo where they can visit for a few weeks of the year, rent it out the rest of the time. If this is the profile of your buyer, excellent. Your job will be a lot easier because the buyer does not need financing. If he'll be applying for a loan, he will need to have 25% for a down payment. It gets trickier if the buyer is approved for an FHA or VA loan. There aren't many condominiums in my area that accept FHA or VA financing, so it limits the choices severely. In that case, I recommend the buyer visit HUD.gov or VA.gov to see if the property they're interested in is approved for that financing. Keep a list of the local properties that are VA and FHA approved properties. Of course, buyers can pay cash or they can look for a local bank that's willing to lend. However, many banks will require a high down payment and charge higher rates than traditional loans. Now let's talk about the property. Is the property a condo hotel? A condotel is legally a condominium, but operates as a hotel, complete with a front desk. The units are available as short-term rentals. From a financing perspective, a condotel is unwarrantable, which means that lenders can't sell the mortgage to Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae, so there are few lenders who will loan money on those properties. It's all about risk. Investors purchase most condotels, and the banks find that investors walk away more easily than owner-occupants. It's not always clear if a property is a condotel, so it pays to do your due diligence. An agent I know was working with a couple that wanted to purchase a condo as an investment. They were financing the purchase. The listing agent told them the property was difficult to finance because it was a condotel. However, the buyers really wanted the property, so the agent took it a step further and called the lender to get verification of the property status. There is a condominium questionnaire that a condo association has to fill out for the lender. Depending on how it's filled out, the property gets classified as a condo or a condotel. It turns out that this property did not get classified as a condotel. Lesson is, just because a place has a front desk doesn't mean it's a condotel. It's not always obvious, so you must do your research and double check with both the condo association and the lender. However, if you walk in and see a registration desk and rental restrictions that have the words 52 times a year or 1 to 7 days, you'll have to take the extra step to determine how the property is classified. Now let's talk about the condo association. From an agent's perspective, this is the most important research you can do, as it helps you get to know the condo and the condotels in your area. If you can ask the association some questions on the front end, you can save buyers a lot of time avoiding properties they can't buy. The first thing to do is ask for the condo association documents. Many times these documents are online. The most important information to get is a contact name and number, the condo declaration or insurance certification, and the balance sheet or current budget. Many lenders require that 10% of the Condos Association's approved budget must be in reserves. If you see that the reserves aren't met, you'll know that lenders won't finance the units. The truth is, securing a condo financing is very situational. It depends on the buyer and the project. Of course, this is because lenders want to see higher numbers of owner occupants and lower delinquency rates, which will lead to a healthier market overall, and that's a good thing.